So just relax here. And I want you to begin to breathe through this and just exhale. The point is just to go through the aura and to relax and calm it and just allow it to be whatever it needs to be in this moment, surrendering from any expectations of what you need to be, who you need to be, what you need to do, where you should have been, and just relax this. So relax into this experience, into this growth. So I'm going to go very slow, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to just breathe through that. No judgment here, judgment-free zone. And to have an open space with yourself. Okay? As I am just removing any negativity in your life, any uncertainty, anything that needs clarity, I'm just going to remove that from this beautiful space that is you and release it on to its next are so many here on the same journey, finding their way, doing their best, myself included, and it's all going to be okay. All of this is going to be okay. You are okay. You are better than okay. You are more than enough. So breathe this in and release what no longer serves you and services you. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go again. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good job, sweetness. Okay, so I'm just going to take it right in the front and just very slowly. Yes. Yes. Good job. Relax into this, into who you are. Show up as yourself. Be your best presentation to the world of who you are. But you must define what that is. Don't ever let anyone else do that, okay? This is for you to define. This is for you to define you. To define you. To define, inhale, exhale. Relax, release into who you are. Surrender and let go of anything that needs more movement, more space, whatever that is. Relax into this. Expand into who you are. Release into who you are. Relax into who you are. And accept your highest vibrational energy is here for you, for your benefit. The universe wants to see you win. But you have to accept that you are in more control than you think you are. Don't just let life happen to you. Make choices. Maneuver things that come up. Shift the reality to where you need it to be for your highest vibrational good only. Shifting the reality to someone else's expectations, that trust yourself, and trust yourself, and trust yourself. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Keep breathing here. Never let go of the energy within you that grows. Never let go of the energy within you that grows. Never let go of the energy within you that grows. And let's just move that through. Okay. A couple more here. Good job. Another breath. Relax, and I'm going to go as slow as possible. Just going as slow as possible. Slow as possible. Good job. And just removing that with every exhale, you're releasing something that no longer serves you on this path. And just get it out your way. Allow it to move and be removed. Allow it to work the way that it needs to work. And breathe in the way that it needs to breathe. Good job. Good job. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. What loving energy that you have. Good job. And moving through this experience for your highest growth, your highest good. So I'm just going to take any excess energy out as well as pull and just comb through any of this beautiful energy that you would like to stay, okay? Good job. 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 How lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. How lovely. How lovely. Goodness, what beautiful energy that you have. And I hope you enjoy each moment of this, each space, each movement, each movement, each understanding, each understanding, each space of growth, each space of growth, and ultimately accepting yourself. Wow, sweetness. You did a fantastic job today. I hope you enjoyed our session, and I hope you are able to release anything that no longer serves you and accept what is for your highest vibration of good. It's all about cord cutting. So we're going to be removing blockages, restoring the energy you need, getting rid of old foundational patterns and all of that stuff. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you relax, you chill, and you just take care of yourself. You can enjoy the session, you can fall asleep, or you can set this time aside to just work on yourself and work on your self-care journey, your self-love journey. This is a special time. So today we're going to just start to cut away kind of the old stuff that And so if you're new, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, sweetness, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I grab your hand? Okay. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's begin. Dear universe, in all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest intention only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that brings light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. 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 Okay. So, let's begin by working through boundaries. It is very important to restore healthy boundaries during a time of release and letting go, okay? And healthy boundaries, that's everything from people, situations, circumstances, and mentality. And this also encourages us to take responsibility for the areas where we kind of don't hold firm and strong boundaries. It's not always everybody else that is the problem. Sometimes we are just open, to other people more than we're open to our own selves. Because we're looking for someone else to be the hero. We're looking for someone else to give us confidence, to help us believe in ourselves. When the reality is, it has to come from ourselves first. So we're letting go of this kind of hero complex. So we're going to release any of that old stuff. And also, it's a mentality that forms because when you're younger and you deal with things and you feel helpless and you're feeling at the whim of the adults around you, there is this feeling of wanting someone to come and save you, or wanting some situation to come and solve all your problems. And 9 times out of 10, that situation typically doesn't come, and you figure out on your own how to get to the next level. But this is something you should be very proud of, that you figured it out, you got yourself out of there. A lot of times people then resent the fact they had to do that, and they still are kind of living in that moment, hoping that some person or some situation or something is going to come and solve all their problems. They don't think they're doing it because the older you get, the more kind of clever you get. You start calling it something else. You start verbalizing it or naming it in a way that the people around your society would be accepting of that, Baby, you got this. You have 100% track record of getting through stuff. So don't worry. You will figure it out, but you also have to celebrate the fact that you made it through all of that. In times where you felt like it was difficult, you felt like it was hopeless, you may have felt helpless, you may have felt that you were not in control of your life, and now you are. And if you are in control of your life now, you cannot continue to let yourself be out of control of your life by living in the past. Breathing through this. And so, we build a lot of foundational habits here. Let me just get on that. We build a lot of foundational habits here, and we start to think that we want our life to be better, but we don't want to change how we go about it because we think that what we feel is the norm, and we just want life to then bend to whatever weird habits we learned growing up. Let me give you an example. universe is blessing them, is giving them what they're looking for, is providing them with what they need. And they're still stuck in limiting beliefs. Also, I've recently been exploring a dopamine detox, and that simply put is that, if you have a lot of this mindless stuff that you do, say your mindless thing that you do is watch TV or scroll on YouTube or Instagram or something like that, and you just do it for hours and hours and hours, but come back to me, but you do it for hours and hours and hours. This is creating this positive, like, oh, I like that, but also it's kind of making your brain, it's like giving your brain sugar constantly. So it's really hard to then live in reality and know that things take time, that you don't get instant gratification, that it kind of fucks with your nervous system, to be honest, because that's really not how reality is. That's just purely entertainment. And so this kind of detox is more of like you're very, you limit the time. Like you say, okay, I'm just gonna do it for an hour at this time. And you go and you do it for an hour, or you say, you know what, I'm gonna be very precise. I'm actually gonna only look up this kind of stuff today, and I'm gonna stay away from that kind of stuff. And whatever you need to, where it can kind of just give your nervous system a break. You could do that with that way. You can also do it by how you eat. Oh my gosh, that's one of the most important way to release blockages, is how you eat. Eating a lot of good vegetables, green vegetables, non-starchy, resistant carbohydrates. I know now I'm getting a lot into nutrition. Nice hearty fat sources, because people don't really understand how it works in the body. It's not like you eat fat and then it turns into fat in your body. No, fat is what your body uses to regulate the brain. And so our ability to regulate our mind is highly dependent on receiving adequate amounts of healthy fats and things like that. Our body works off of carbohydrates, but the type of carbohydrates that are slow absorbing, not this like refined sugar and stuff. And the protein is what keeps us full. It keeps our muscles growing, things like that. So you have to be mindful of how you treat your body. It is this kind of full circle moment here. as you all know, I have a surprise April 1st. So I'm going to sprinkle that in there, but let's go ahead and get started. And we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and connect us as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. Dear Mother, Father God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamonjao, Shumawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the archangels, spirit guides, animal guides, ancestors, lineage, and all for our highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing us forth as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am, Ashe. Ashe. Ashe, and so it shall so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Do I have your permission to say a prayer? It is not a religious prayer, and because consent matters, do I have your permission? Okay, you ready? I need to let you lead this. I've said over 1,000 prayers. Next time, you're gonna lead it, okay? Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Gentle reminder about the pre-week. Been talking about it. Not about to talk about it no more. Either y'all gonna be here or not. We're gonna be having a good time. But yes, let's go into the session. Okay, so if you happen to be an overthinker, over worrier, your brain just got a lot of brain chatter, let's just work on doing something useful with those thoughts, or just calming it. Think about really in these moments coming up with systems. A system is kind of like a routine schedule of what to do when the mind starts to wander. Because that's the biggest difference between anxiety and depression. You're here, right? Oh, look. Bloop, 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 bloop. Sorry. You're here. And if you lean too much into the past, you get stuck there, and that's depression. But if you're here and you lean too much into the future, worrying about things that haven't happened yet, you can't control, that is anxiety. So we want you to be balanced right in the center. Okay? The past is the wisdom. Okay? And the future is your ability to co-create, but that is mostly your mindset. So you learn stuff from the past, and what you believe and what you know you can do is where you go in the future. But you want to stay balanced here. So just relax the mind, okay? And just be open to a softness about your mind. Be sweet to yourself. Things don't have to be like dire circumstances. Things don't have to be extreme, okay? So just let it go. You can only control the things within your power, so you need to get very clear on where you want to go and only focusing on the things you can control. For example, okay, if you say you're worried about money, you want more money. If you have an hourly job and you can get hours, then that's within your control. You go get hours. If your job is a little bit different, then you have to be more flexible with that. But say it's something else. Say it's a different thing. Maybe it has to do with love. You want to find the right person for yourself. Okay? You cannot control making this person show up. I don't care how many spells or petitions you do. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put that out there and people will show up. You better have excellent discernment or people will be wasting your time. That's why I'm saying, like, when you start meddling with the universe, be prepared for what shows up, baby, because it's gonna show up anyway. Like I share from that stock that it's the right thing to do. You feel like, okay, I believe in this technology, I believe in this. Not just all your friends are trading options, so now you want to jump in there, you want to make fast money. Like that is why, anxiety can take over somebody in that kind of situation. I don't know if you're trading stocks. I was just using it as an example. It could be something else, like you started something. What is feel any anxiety, I will go and take a 20-minute walk. Low impact. And I always feel better and I always come up with really good ideas. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of ways that we can do things. So it's up to you. You don't have to do that. It's up to you of what you want to do. But use your brain for good. don't use your brain for hurt. Use the power within it. If you've got layers that no longer work. Shed those layers that create that environment of the negative thoughts. But the tough thing about that is sometimes those layers involve people. Sometimes those layers involve environments. You gotta be put in a whole new environment. Sometimes those layers require different feelings, so your personality shifts. You have to hold yourself accountable in a new way. So, as you're doing this, what I want you to say is this. When you have negative thoughts or anything like that, you're trying to navigate something, just say this. I take full responsibility for where I'm at in life. That means I can go wherever I choose to go. I take full that's really cool. Before I was like, well, I don't know other people who kind of put it all together the way I do. But I think when I meet people that are like, that's so cool, I'm like, you know what? That is cool. And I'm saying this to say that live your life. Live your life exactly as you want to. That'll help you with the feelings. That'll help you with the negative thoughts. Once you start to sift through thoughts that don't belong to you or that no longer apply to you in your life, it feels more grounded. You can make better decisions. You don't have to react to everything, and sometimes you can just have a feeling without needing to feel like you need to take action to anything or have a reaction with anything. So just keep going. So here, as we remove, there's always a session or a space to feel better, you know. We're not going to just sit here and wallow. We're going to feel better. We're going to actively shift, because I want you to be, and all of my babies to be, very impactful. And funny thing, I had people within this community, y'all call me like you know, Mama J, Mama Jet, Mama, you know, stuff like that. But it's funny when outside of these spaces, people call me Mom. These are not young people calling me Mom. I'm like, wow, I guess I do have really, you know, motherly energy. I think it's because my self-noticing cancer, that's probably what it is. Well, babies, I hope you had a fantabulous time today, and I hope you're feeling better. Remember, your thoughts are temporary, okay? So don't make long. It is all about removing sadness and bringing sweetness. Okay, baby, so I tell you every time, be sweet to yourself. Maybe y'all think I'm just saying, like, you know, oh, treat yourself nice. No, like, the opposite of sadness is sweetness. So, if you feel yourself leaning one way, bring yourself back in balance to lean the other way. I'm not saying, you know, you're going to stay in a perpetual state of happiness at all times. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you shouldn't be disproportionately pulled to the other side of sadness all the time. We want to get you right in the middle, okay? So if you're new to the community, babies, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your nightly, daily, or whenever you come here, self-care routine, self-care place. So you come, you be here, you enjoy life, and just enjoy this uninterrupted space of peace and relaxation. So since you're new to the community, you are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all of my returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, may I hold your hand? Okay, sounds good. You ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. sometimes it's not even a negative thing. For example, your heart might be somewhere else, and in the environment you're at, everybody else's heart is over here. So it's not even a negative or a bad thing. It's just you all feel differently, and you have to trust your heart. You have to go where it flows with you and fills you up and gives you energy and all of that stuff. Again, I just want to remind you, it doesn't have to, just because sometimes people feel like it has to be some big negative thing because they want to go, but no, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can just be something in your heart, and the sadness might be like feeling like, why I gotta stay here, versus, you know what, just forget it, just go, just do what you gotta do within reason. But do what you gotta do and be sweet to yourself. Be like, hey, I did the best I could. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm gonna rock with me. Whatever happens, I'm gonna rock with me. Rain or shine, I'm gonna rock with me. So just trust yourself enough. Trust yourself enough that through everything you're feeling, you will find hope. You will find understanding. You will find balance. Side note, somebody reached out to me and they were like, I didn't realize how clever our community name was. They're like Reiki Healing Hope. They thought my name was Hope. And I was like, what a great idea. In that moment, I wish my name was Hope, because wouldn't that have been cool this whole time? Reiki Healing Hope. Hi, my name is Hope. Reiki Healing Hope. No, my name is Jet Lachey. Or Jessica. So, no, but I thought that was cool. But anyway, back to rocking with it. We just gonna rock with it. We just gonna do our own thing, We just gonna find balance. We're just gonna be okay. Be okay with the journey. I was gonna say the progress, but I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna be okay with the journey. Let the journey look however it's gonna look. Be sweet to yourself. There's so many things that we can address at one time, okay? So it's not, I'm not saying that all your problems are instantly going to be solved, but what I am saying is that you can be objective about the action items or the action steps that you need to take to getting to a better place when you find that your energy is nice and balanced. And so everyone has to come up with their own way of doing that. For me, I like to take movement. I like channeling as well, and meditation. The older I get though, I really like movement. Like going for a walk is one of the most therapeutic things for me. It lets my mind wander and get everything out. It takes that energy or anxiety or feelings and just puts it into what I'm doing, and then I always get good ideas. I don't know why. Like I think sometimes when people are overthinkers, because I know I'm an overthinker, when they don't have enough mental stimulation, they start over worrying. And I don't know, like when you give your mind something to do that isn't enabling, that's pretty constructive, then you get your heart, the energy, the emotion behind things. So we're going to be doing some balancing of that today. So if you're new to the community, welcome babies. This is your nightly or daily self-care practice. So you just take care of yourself and you just be consistent. I don't know if you've checked the community post, but I put a question out there that said, how long have you been a part of the community and how has this community impacted your lives? So feel free to share that in the comment section or in the live too. So let's go ahead and get started. We start this session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to So just in this moment, just relax and take it very easy. Breathe in and out. Of course, at your own pace, and connect in with your feelings. Whatever that is. We're not placing any judgment on those feelings. We're just open to the fact that we have them. And as you exhale, allow them to just drain on down. Again, just drain on down. If you've ever watered a plant, you have to put the plant in a dish in order to let the water drain, hydrate the soil, but also be released. So maybe this is an opportunity to look at emotions as things that can nourish us, can impact us, can motivate us. But when they're stuck on us, that can be a problem. Just like if you don't drain the water out, it creates root rot. So just work through that. Now, just place my hand on your feet. Or it could also be your knee too. Inhale. Exhale, release. And just feel exhale of the breath that just rolling down. Trusting in yourself, trusting in the process. Just rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Okay. Okay. And relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Release. So again, we're just going to allow the energy of your feelings, your emotions, to be released. Take the message that they bring, whatever that message is, carry it with you, but release and let it go. I find that some people hold on to the feeling, whether it is a happy feeling and you don't want to move on past that point in life, past that person, past that situation. So it becomes enabling, or a sad feeling, a feeling of struggle, a feeling of trauma, a feeling of something that maybe you haven't had a moment or an opportunity to process. So it's almost like you're kind of stuck in a circle over and over and over again. And sometimes we got a combination yourself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Say it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Keep saying it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. And keep working with that energy. Keep flowing forward with that energy. And move, shift, balance, and focus. Focus on what really matters. When we go about life, we have what we feel. This is what I feel like doing. This is what I want to do. This is where my goals, my desire, my dreams are. And then we also have what we think, which we're going to be working on next. But our thought is how we strategically think about things. What makes sense? How do we take our dreams and connect the dots? But sometimes those two things can be different. You can have a dream that does not make sense, and you can want to do something that makes sense that you don't want to do. You know, if you ever forced yourself to do something for someone else, take on a role, a job, a dream that someone else wants, just because you think it's the right thing to do. I see it all the time with people doing get rich quick things, like they think it's the right thing to do. Child, that's a whole nother story. But regardless, connecting the heart and the mind in these moments takes balance. So what I like to do is allow the heart to tell us where we're going, what new direction are we going. But I use the mind to follow through on the things we've been doing and we need to keep doing. So the heart tells us to go forward, and the mind helps us to follow through on those things that we know we should do, we genuinely want to do, but sometimes you don't feel like doing it. And I'm going to make an episode of the podcast that's going to talk about that too, so the Organize Your Purpose podcast. So at this moment, just release, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Okay, release. And just work through this. Work through this balance. Work through these things. Trust in yourself. Trust in your heart. Trust in your mind. Trust in all of those things that bring you together as one. So I just want you to take your hands and just bring them close and say, I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Okay, good job. Well, babies, you've done a fantabulous job. And I hope that this is helping you to balance your feelings. You can always watch it again, or whenever there's a moment that it feels like you can tap back in here and watch it one more time. I want to remind everyone that we have about a week left before we start the pre-week. The pre-week is for everyone to join. It's completely free, and it's for you to experience what it feels like to be in my year-long apprenticeship for the first week. And those who continue on April 2nd, they will be attuned as a first-degree Reiki practitioner and start their training and begin their journey, this beautiful journey. So, information is in the description box. Feel free to come on through. You can also enjoy the My People community, where we've been having a really, really great time. special programs that I do. Like last month, we had the Love Magnet program where we had mindset trainings that were every day. And this month, we're going to be showing appreciation to our current apprentices and exploring some of that. And we did, as you all know, Saturn is going into Pisces on March 19th. So we're going to be healing the mind, healing thoughts, trust myself. I am determined to love myself. I am determined to trust the process of life. I am determined to see this through. Say things like that within your mind. And so as you exhale and you're releasing and you're letting things go, you have to fill it up with other things, or it might kind of seep back in. So you say, I'm determined to do this, I'm determined to do this, I'm determined to do this. You fill it with conviction in your heart and in your soul. Just keep going here. Just keep going here. And trust the process. You know, when you take on new habits and you take on new ways of doing things, you're also pushing yourself to grow in a new direction. And that can be, it can be disruptive in your life. It's not convenient all the time. But even if that's okay, it's still a part of the process and going forward. It's still a part, still a part of the process. So don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to open yourself up to new possibilities and new ways of doing things. And also don't be afraid of sticking it out and being consistent with yourself. When I'm saying that your habits or something like that may be enabling, I'm saying that perhaps it's time to switch things up. But maybe your path itself is fine. Maybe your path itself is good. But it's time to switch things up. Do a little this or do a little that, or approach things differently. Or maybe take a break or jump in, or start to look at other goals or other items that you're working on as well, in order to help the overall energy or focus or space that you're walking into in life. Keep breathing. Now here, just clear the mind. 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 And release it. And so I want you to say to yourself, I am determined to do, fill in the blank. I'm determined to do this. I will do this. I believe in myself. I believe in my gifts and my talents. I believe I can do this. I trust in myself. I trust in the energy of the universe. I will go forward. I will go forward. I will go forward. I trust in this thing. I'll keep going. I'll keep believing in myself. I'll keep finding a way. It will work for me. 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 Just to keep going here. Okay, just relax the mind. Open up the mind to different possibilities of new things, new ways of going about things, new ways of being, and new ways of showing up, new ways in being consistent with yourself, your dreams and your hopes, new ways for showing up for what feels good in your passion, as well as sometimes things that you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing, but you do. Get used to showing up. Get your there's no rush here. You don't want to be changing your mind and then step into something new and try to do everything at one time. Also, it may not feel great at all times. Sometimes it can be frustrating or overwhelming or things like that. But give yourself time. Things that will balance that out is the more time that you give yourself, the better you can get acclimated to whatever this new thing is. The better you can approach this new thing in an efficient way for yourself and to work through what you need to work through. The better you can step up to your calling and breathe in life into the experience, the better that you can show up for yourself, for the people in your life, for your goals and your gifts. The more you can calm your mind and just trust in the process. Trust in the process. Trust in the process of life. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed the session today. I want to give you again the reminder to join the pre-week. We're going to have a great time. We're also doing a lot of fun stuff on the My People community, so if you'd like to join that community, it's where I'm hosting the pre-week. So it's kind of a nice little house party there. It's the mpcommunity.com, a really loving space for us to come together in collective experience. And if you would like to join the Mystic community, which is also hosted in the space, I do a lot of programs. We are continuing to do the 52-week challenge as well as Master Teacher and Intuitive, and today we have a special session. We are continuing this series, this healing series, and we're going to be working with healing love, self-love, and the love that you give to others as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So as we start our session, first of all, if you're new to the community, welcome. You're now one of my babies. One kiss on the forehead. And all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay. yourself and you see this love and you realize this love and you actualize this love, the more you can really connect with it, and it becomes easier and easier to see. So you just flow into it. So you might say things like, love is all around me. Love surrounds me because love is within me. Love is all around me. Love surrounds me because love is within me. Love So since you're in the community, you are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead. And for all my returning babies, see it pays to return. Multiple kisses. Now if you're a new baby, you only get one. So step out the way. But everybody else. But next time, you will get multiple. Okay? So, we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, let me also say that I have a year-long apprenticeship that's going to be starting April 2nd. I have a free pre-week if you would like to experience what a week in that apprenticeship would feel like. You can use the link in the description box to explore that more. We're getting started March 19th for that pre-week, and it gives you an opportunity to know, is this the right fit, and for you to enjoy it. I've really been working my butt off on this, so I'm so excited. Anyway, so let's get started with the prayer. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. You are ready to receive. You are ready to surrender to the beautiful gifts that the universe has to give you. So open one up, because your beauty is greater than the physical. Your beauty is your soul. Now you are physically attractive, but I will start with the soul. Your soul has learned so much, perhaps in this life or others. And within your soul, you experience so much. And no matter if it was beautifully done or a little wobbly there is beauty in that experience. There is beauty in that experience. It is beautiful that you were able and you are healing. It is beautiful that you are bold enough to show up for yourself. It is beautiful that you've been through something. And no matter what you've gone through or are going through, you still deserve love. You still are loved, and you still have access to love. Your beauty is your essence, and people see you all the time and they can experience that beauty as well. Don't be afraid of the natural beauty that you have. Don't close yourself off from love when you are the purest form. I want you to take a moment right now, and before we talked about, you could do like this, or you could put your hands up like this. And what I want you to do is just surrender. Say to the universe, say to the divine, to God, whatever you call this out here Your beauty, your beauty, your beauty, your beauty. You are beauty. The essence of you is beauty. You feel good to be around. Take a deep breath. It feels right to be around you. There is beauty in your laugh, in your walk, the way you talk, the way you smile. There is beauty in all of these things. There is beauty in your struggle. There is beauty in your triumphs. There is beauty all around you. There is beauty within you. There is beauty everywhere. There is beauty everywhere. There is beauty everywhere. There is beauty everywhere. When you look into the mirror, I want you to see love on the greatest level. When you look into the mirror, I want you to surrender to the beauty that is you. You attract the perfect person for you because your beauty is not just here, but is here. You have a beautiful soul. 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 you understand this? Beauty, it's multiple things. And what I've noticed is that the people who feel beautiful are the people who the world sees as beautiful. Depending on where you're at, what, community or culture or collective you're in, beauty differs. Beauty, there's different beauty standards. So there's not one right way of doing beauty. But what I've noticed is that if a person feels beautiful, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, God, and they have beautiful energy. It's almost like whatever they got going on the outside, it just looks good. I don't know why. Just like you might see somebody who is maybe conventionally attractive, they got a stink attitude, and you're like, that's how I feel about everybody I ever dated, and ones that don't work anymore, I'm like, you're not even that cute. Somebody called me out one time, they're like, you used to think they were so attractive. I'm like, it's their attitude. Their attitude is no longer making them attractive. So I'm saying all of that to say, you are the purest representation of beauty. So just hold yourself there and adorn, surrounded by those who want to see you blossom into blue. I am Jessica. Sup? I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special session. It is a pulling, poking, plucking stress to relieve any stress that happens to happen during love. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. You can also call me Jet. I go by Jet too. So welcome. If you're new to the community, welcome, welcome, babies. This is your nightly, daily, or whenever you do what you do when you're doing self-care routine. So since you're now one of my new babies, you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's begin. I want to let you know that if you would like to experience a week in my upcoming apprenticeship starting March 19th, we are going to have that week. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you can use the link in the description and head on over to the My People community where we're going to be doing that there. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a good time. And I want you to know if this is the right fit for you. My apprentice program is a year long and it is very in-depth. You can learn more with the link, but let's jump into this, okay? So we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, I do have your permission to say a prayer. Why have I never done this before? Have I done this before? This sounds like, okay, well, I'm going to do this more often. To have your permission to say a prayer. Okay. I'm just going to place my hands right here, okay? Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and the spiritual past that bring light out those to share with others. I say all of this in the name of my okay. So let's just here. So I'm just going to start by taking just little pieces of anything bringing up stress. I hope you enjoyed Love Month. I had a program going on the My People app, the My People community, where it was a Love Month theme and there was a resource every day. Love mindset mantras that launched every day. And I really enjoyed reading the comments there because I like to know how people were reflecting as the month was progressing. As you know, love is multiple things. Love is the self. Love is another. Love is family, friends, community, collective, soul. There's so many levels of love experience. And I think the most recognizable level of love is romantic partnership. But there's so much more. And in that program, I created an opportunity for those who participate. It's still going on until the end of the Love Month, to explore every aspect of love, not just romantic, but not excluding romantic. I'm one of those people who feel like if there's any love that you want externally, you have to feel it internally first. You have to make a decision to prioritize self-love. And I know that kind of sounds like it could sound like multiple things, like, oh, that's a great idea, how do I do that? Or, but I want the right person. It's, multiple things. But the reason why that is so important is because what you feel on the inside manifests externally. So it is very important that you anchor yourself down in this reality, whatever that is for you. And whatever you experience in life, whether it is love related or not, has everything to do with being in experience, an experience of understanding, contemplation, all that kind of stuff. And with that experience, we start to realize we don't have to fight love. And sometimes we feel like we don't have love, and we actually do have it. This whole thing is just an experience of you deciding when you are going to own your power, own your purpose, and take control of your life. Who says you're not loved? If you're feeling lonely, who says you're lonely? You could say, oh, I don't have X, Y, and Z. Okay. A lot of times when people say that they're lonely, they may be missing just romantic partnerships, or maybe like friendship or something like that, or certain people. Okay. Well, when you look at friendship, you can find friendship in a lot of ways. You can find friendship online. You can find friendship in unlikely companions like a neighbor or something like that, if you just put yourself out there to learn. How about like romance? Oh, how am I going to, find somebody at this time? I was reading some messages about age, feeling like someone is too old or their time has passed to find love. Here's the thing. How many billion people are on this earth right now? How many of those people are within your age? And you are going to tell me that you cannot, and there is no probability of you being able to connect with at least one of them. Say you don't want somebody in your age bracket. Say you want to go a different age bracket. Even better, even more people. So, yes, you can still connect with someone, yes. But you have to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And self-care is so important. You have to keep yourself up. And when I say keep yourself up, I'm not talking about living to someone else's standard of beauty. No. I'm saying when you close your eyes and you see beauty, authentic beauty, the most beautiful expression of who you are now, what does that look like? And don't make it something that is so drastically different than you that you're setting unrealistic standard. No. What about yourself now is beautiful? way that she wants to show up in the world. What she smells like, what she wears. And sometimes going places with her, it doesn't make sense what she has on. But it makes her feel good. It makes her feel bold, and she brings people into her life because of that. So I'm saying to you, find what makes you happy. Find what makes you feel special. Find what makes you feel bold. And do it. And experience life. And be okay. Be okay. Just exhale. Exhale, exhale. Now, I need to figure out a way of taking a vote or tracking those who fall in love in the community, like, hey, started to tap into this love theme and I'm falling in love. Because I've been doing this a couple of years and I have read comments where people are like, oh my gosh, I, experience X, Y, and Z. And I like to think that, especially in these love sessions, what happens to be some of my favorite sessions, as long as they're not focused on externalizing love only, But I love to see when people realize that being in love and having love and bringing love into their life is in their control. Because so many people feel like it's not in their control. They feel like they're waiting for someone to rescue them. They feel like they're waiting for someone to rescue them. They feel like they are not the image of what they think someone who deserves to be loved should be. They feel like, their time has passed, or they're just nervous, they don't know how to be patient, or they don't know themselves, they're looking for love, and they want to externalize that love so bad that they just don't give it to themselves. Give it to yourself. Just give it to yourself. Every day that you feel lonely, look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are not alone, I'm here with you. And I'm always going to be here with you, and I'm going to love you endlessly and completely. And any love that you thought you were going to get from someone else, I'm going to give you 10 times more. And we are going to open our life up for people to come into our life, but I know it is my responsibility to love myself to the highest level first. That is what the mindset is there. And by doing that, you are modeling to others how to treat you, so it becomes easy to be in love with you. A lot of people do not know who they are, and so it might be tough to be in love with that kind of person because they're looking for the person outside of them to tell them who to be or how to love. And if they don't know themselves, people aren't necessarily in each other's mind every second. It's going to be really hard to be someone's savior or to be someone's external power. Let them have power. You have power. They have power, and just live in freedom with each other in a beautiful and balancing way. Live in harmony with each other in a beautiful and balancing way. Live in certainty with each other in a beautiful and balancing way. Don't fear. Don't fear. Don't fear. And remove the stress. I created Reiki Healing Hope because I wanted to create the space I didn't have. I've been there before. I've traveled down my journey of love and instilling. But let me tell you, the stuff I'm talking about right now, it has no age. We all are having life in cycle stages, experiences. And with that being said, just know that it is okay to surrender to the universe and be like, universe, I want to be loved fully. babies. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope that you connect to love. I hope you bring love into your life. I hope you let love flourish and grow and just be wonderful. I want to remind you that we have, a couple more days. I'm trying to think. We might be over with Love Month by the time this airs. But we have a couple more moments of Love Month on the My People community. If you would like to join the My People community, it's free. It's called the MP community. And let me tell you about it a little bit since we've got some time. The My People community, how it started was, I told a story a long time ago about my grandmother. And my grandma used to make me go to church with her, and I just didn't like going to church. I was like, I grew up around a lot of different sects of Christianity, and I think because of that, it was always confusing. It wasn't necessarily like, wait, which one's the right one? And not just Christianity, there were so many traditions around me. And she was such a spiritual person, but then she also went to church, and she went to she was Baptist church, and I just didn't see her peers doing the same thing. I didn't understand how she felt this fluidity and this freedom around spirituality and still felt so warm and at home in church when the people around her would not feel as safe as she was exploring and questioning the universe. And then I asked her, I was like, look, I don't want to go. I'm like a teenager. I'm like preteen right now. Like, I don't want to go. And I didn't understand why she went, because I was like, well, you told me that, this and that is not historically accurate. here in the world. So babies, thank you for Indoor Blue. I am Jessica. Sup, I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all about sending you love. So if you're new to the community, welcome babies. This is your nightly self-care routine where you take care of yourself. It is your nightly, daily, or whenever you come here to this place. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So if you're one of my new babies, you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. We start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, let's get started. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let the journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. So just relax now. If you're ready to receive some love, make some noise. Just relax. Just relax. So yes, and I'm gonna start doing this more. Just relax. Love is coming your way. You can experience love every day. Love can fill your heart. Love can give you so much purpose, so much truth. Love is all around you, and even in what you do, love is here. Love is there. Love is everywhere. Love is something that can transcend time, transcend your mind. So let's just take a couple moments to make sure that you are nice and connected with your love and you have the type of love that you need. Okay. When you want to receive love, you have to be open to that reception. So first, make sure you're actually ready to receive the love. If you're dealing with heartbreak and heartache, and it is a fresh thing, take your time. Don't rush it. Take your time. If you're experiencing a heartache that has been going on for eons and eons, let it go. This is your time. It's way past, dude. So time to open up. You will be loved again fully. You will have the love that you need. You can receive the right person. Your time has not passed. It is just the beginning. Just breathe into that. If you don't know where to start, this is also the place for you. Because it starts with yourself, how you love yourself, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, all those things. It defines how your relationships will play out. Because when you're sides, that works too. But I like to place my hands right here because I like to feel that I'm here with myself. It's like giving yourself a hug, like. And as you're breathing, just listen to what I'm saying, okay? I am ready. Say it in your head. I am ready to receive a love that is greater than I've ever known. I am ready to accept a love that is bigger than I could ever dream. I am so grateful that I can live in the space of love flowing within my life every day. I am so grateful that everything I experience, everything that I do, and every person that I come into contact with that is meant to know me on that romantic level brings the greatest amount of love. I release anything that is not that. I let go of dynamics that no longer serve me, and I am patient with the process. I allow the right person to show up in my life, and I show up with my greatest experience of love, and we grow and we build. It is not too late, never too early. We are connected. Everything that I do today, when it comes to loving someone in a romantic way, is to bring me closer to that person, as well as they are doing their own thing too. We are working hard to find each other, and we trust that we will. We understand that trust is the greatest thing we have, and we will not let each other down by having self-doubt. We will find each other, we will connect, and we will experience love well before we meet each other. Just keep on breathing here. Keep on breathing. Of course, you can always listen to that part over and over again. Just keep on breathing here. I want to check in with you for just a moment. How do you feel? Do you see how just saying those things begins to shift us in this moment? Nothing has changed. We are the ones that change. When you change, the environment starts to change. So open yourself up, be receptive to that. So, love is coming your way. Love is all around you. Love surrounds you. Love gives you what you need. Love feeds your soul. Love is in many things. It is in romance. It is in ourself. It is in our purpose, our community. That's why I tell you all the time that I love you, because I see this work as a collective love, a collective community. I know that I can't get there unless I have you there with me. I know that we need each other. It is not a romantic love. It is a collective love. So we love on multiple and different types of level. So open yourself up and receive all the love that you can experience, not just in one area, but in multiple areas. And if you had to emphasize one area, make sure it's self. But feel that love from yourself. Feel that love from the collective space. Feel that love from whatever your divine understanding is. Feel that love from romance. Feel that love from family. Feel that love from friends. Feel that love on multiple levels from the passion of what you do in your everyday life. Feel that love. You have to love what you do. And you cannot worry about made up standards that don't suit you. You have to have enough courage in this life to go on your own and do your own thing. supportive collective experience, because you're caught in the, well, what if I won't be able to, all of that. Let it go. Love is coming to you. Just surrender and release. And it was the best decision I made, because let me tell you, if I hadn't have done that, I would have still had, some happiness. But I say it all the time, I don't want to live a half life. And I know I would have lived a half life. And this is some good advice, relationship advice, knowing when it is time to leave. I realized when I was in a particular relationship, it was time to leave, because I knew love wasn't the problem. You love somebody even if you have ups and downs. But I knew that I would live a half life. And I knew that the universe called me, and I chose to be here to do this work, to help as many people as possible, to heal and transform, and to go out there and create impact. And how much time would I waste and be distracted trying to beg someone to love me right, when maybe I'm not that one? Maybe they got to do the work on their own, and that doesn't have anything to do with me. That was such a hard thing to realize, especially when you was mine for years, It was a hard thing to realize, but I knew the universe is calling me, and I will take this risk. It doesn't matter. And it was the best decision to make. I'm not saying everything is always smooth. I'm simply saying, when I open myself up, universe, I'm ready. I'm okay being here by myself, giving myself love. I finally, for the first time, got all the love that I needed, and I realized how to interact with others on a different level. It was so much easier for them to love me the right way, because I knew how to love me the right way. And everything was so easy. Nothing was, high pressure. And there was so much freedom, and there was so much space to do what I felt like I was being called to do. So as you are bringing love into your life, know that love shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be painful. I'm not saying that, you have to be around people who agree with you at all times. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying the struggle is unnecessary. It is a distraction from taking you from what you're here to do. And what you're here to do is not to, make this one person that love you the right way, or make these group of people love you the right way. You're here to do something else. So, you know how it is here. It is uninterrupted space. So if you're ready, release and let go. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed this session today, and I hope you receive more and more love each and every day. Remember, you are valuable, and treat yourself as such. And it feels uncomfortable letting go, but can you imagine, as much as you love someone, there is someone else out there who is ready to love you at a fuller and deeper level. And it the signs like Aries all the way to Pisces, as we go up, the energy shifts. So Aries energy is the pure spark of a flame. Taurus energy is that ability to hold steady. So let's say the flame is already lit, but its ability to hold steady, okay? Gemini energy is the air that feeds the flame. You know, if you don't have air, the flame will die. And Cancer energy is the water that can come and extinguish the flame, okay? And extinguishing the flame isn't a bad thing. It represents that beautiful balance we have to have between taking motion, doing things, and understanding how to soothe ourselves and self-care and things like that. And then when you go up in the signs, they just shift a little bit more and more. I'll tell you what it is, because you might feel like, don't skip my sign. Leo energy is then that energy to be able to carry the torch, okay? Carry the torch and follow me. And Virgo energy is that ability to know the fine details. This is the path we're going to take. You know, out of all the paths, this is the path we're going to take. So Leo's carrying the torch. Virgo's saying this is the path we're going to take. Okay. Libra energy is that energy to be able to keep everyone together. Everything cohesive. Okay. If you don't have good interpersonal skills, I mean, that's what it doesn't, who cares if you're a leader? You're not going to be leading nobody. But that Libra energy makes it stick. And then the Scorpio energy comes and works through any troubleshooting, like any conflict analysis, and resolution. You know, Libra can take on that quality too. But what Scorpio does is Scorpio will take the person in the lowest, deepest, most hurt state and say, how can we transform this and bring it to light? Whereas Libra is like, we're a little bit off as a group, let's bring us together. You know, Scorpio will go and dig in. Do you see how this is working? Now we're going to continue to go on with this analogy. We're going to take it now to Sagittarius. Sagittarius says, hey, we're gonna go all the way over there to a place that we can't even see. That's where we should go. That's our destination. A place we can't even see. And then Capricorn says, okay, well, I'm going to build the infrastructure to get us there. Because we're going to need food. We're going to need shelter. We're going to need medical equipment. We're going to need certain structures and rules in place so that this can work well. So all we have to do is just focus on getting there. We're going to put this together. Aquarius energy says it keeps a Capricorn together. Capricorn and Aquarius, they work really well together. Aquarius energy says, okay, Capricorn, you did really well, but this is how we can make it better. This is how we can make it better. This is how we can make it better. And then we get all the way to Pisces energy, which is energy itself, pure energy itself. It goes to the bottom. So what I was just talking about, like the foundation for everything is your energy. That is what Pisces is. It is going, and it's deeper than emotion. You know, we think of water signs and we might just think emotion. It's not that. It's deeper. It is the essence of the universe as a whole, and understanding that. And when you're able to understand that energy, you're able to utilize any situation that comes your way. When things are going well, when things are stagnant, when things are challenged, that is what the Piscean energy is teaching us, and it gives to us. And it doesn't matter what your sign is or how your chart is placed. what makes you happy. You know, it just depends on who you are. I work with psychosomatic conditions and situations, meaning, how emotional things, a deep emotional trauma, and how it becomes physical in the physical body. And what I noticed is that each person needs something different. But when we start to dial it back, the process of finding what you need is all the same. You have to take some time. You create space for yourself, and then you say, well, what do I need? So what it may come out on the outside is, well, I need more money. Well, is it that you need more money? There's nothing wrong with more money, by the way, but is it that you need more money, or do you want to feel secure? Okay, so we work from that. How can you feel secure in this moment so that as you are going to get money, as you're going to attain money, you don't come up against the same roadblocks that you are re-experiencing the trauma that you've always had previously for whatever reason. Maybe you want more money because you want to be more valuable to other people. See, there's different reasons for why people want things. Okay, so you want validation, you want social proof, public validation. Is it because you did not receive validation, you did not receive attention? So that is an opportunity in which you have to go and you have to say, hey, how can I give myself the attention I need right now? How can I go and give myself everything I want right now so that as I go to get money, I'm not worried about that. It'll come, but I can give myself that. You get it? So being able to separate what you really want from how you're going about getting things. So I'm just going to go back into calming and breathing in and out. So understanding how the universe works. And I love talking about this stuff, because I'm the type of person that once I know how it's made, then I can do it, and that's what I want you to have, babies. I'm trying to give you the game, okay? I'm trying to give you the game so that you see how beautiful life is. When I say that each and every day I wake up, I feel more and more grateful. It doesn't mean I have any less challenges. It doesn't mean things are moving in a really just strange way. No, it's the same life, but now I can utilize what I have to get what I want, or to go where I want to go, or to, push my energy forward. Whereas before I had, especially when I was younger, this kind of naive thought that, things should be lilies and butterflies, or, hitting a phase where it's like, yeah, everything's a challenge and I'm not afraid of a challenge, and da 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 da. And it's just like, now it's just like, you just use what the universe sends you and you're grateful, but you know that you have to find time in your day to celebrate yourself no matter what's going on the outside. So this is just taking all of those experiences you've ever experienced and taking a moment to just bring them in, to smooth them out. And what I'm doing here essentially is just like plainly, for me to put it in like a plain explanation, it's just helping you to absorb the wisdom that you have learned from your life experiences. That's it, on an energetic level. Because I want you to know what's going on so that you see how powerful you are and that you can make anything you want happen. Again, as we talked about before, what I'm doing is I'm amplifying your ability to heal yourself. Okay? Because what you're doing is you are mirroring me as you are seeing. Internally, you're mirroring me, you see it, and you're allowing yourself to cleanse. as well as you can feel a strong response outside of someone's physical presence during distance sessions. Over the years, I've been so lucky to be both a practitioner and a client of many different modalities. And what I noticed is I had an energy healing practitioner I used to go to who was a shaman, and when I experienced them in the physical versus distance, it was the same. I remember when I first started, I didn't really know what was going on, so I was fighting them, and I knew I was fighting them because I had a very physical reaction to the times that I was there. But once I started to understand how energy works and how to work with my own energy, I just kind of went with the flow, just enjoyed it, let it, let it happen. I noticed that when I went to them physically versus when I experienced them on a distance level, it felt exactly the same. So sometimes people want a physical session, like for example, physical Reiki session, because they feel like it will be more intense. And if you go to a practitioner who says, hey, I only want to do physical sessions, then I think that that is the best way that you should experience that. But I also think that if you want a spa experience, go to the spa. Working with Reiki and working with energy healing, you don't have to be physical. You can be in the physical. I've given, great physical sessions, but you can also be distance as well and receive a lot from that. But if you want a spa experience, like you want to be around someone physically, then go to the spa. But energy healing can be, it can be either or. I just wanted you all to know that, to know how this works. You're not getting anything less because it is distance at all. If I was right in front of you, we do have some other things like our electromagnetic field that we have within each other, and kind of, just being able to feel each other's energy from our physical body, which feels very right here in the space. But at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're working on an energetic level. So as long as we get to that energetic level, that's the only thing that really matters. And this is why I feel like it is so important for me to explain to you what is going on during a Reiki session and things like that, okay? It's not just me waving hands. Though one could look at it and be like, that girl just waving her hands. It's these other things too. But if you're just here for this girl waving her hands, that's fine too. But you gonna get this healing. Haha, the joke's on you, you're healing. So just breathing through this, a couple more moments. And final breath. Good job. Well, family, you did an excellent job today. I really enjoyed this session. I want you to take the wisdom that you've learned through your entire life and apply it to these different moments. And this is what we learn from our elders, those who have been around the longest. After a while, you stop sweating the small stuff. When you're young, you sweat the small stuff because you haven't been alive long enough to realize that shit eventually works itself out, It eventually works itself out. But the older that you get and you continue to get, the more you realize, like, whoa, there's so much freedom in just not sweating the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff at all. And knowing that you have more control over your life. And having control of your life doesn't always mean an external thing. It's an internal thing. And you notice just by having control internally, things on the external eventually always work out. So babies, if no one has said it to you, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but who cares that I love you? The only thing that matters is that you love you. So love yourself a little bit more each and every day. Okay, sweetness. So until next